The first time I saw Srila Prabhupada was San Francisco airport. I had joined, actually I joined a van. I lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was 17 and I saw a van pull up at a gas station full of devotees, and I knew there was a big Moody Blues concert going to happen down the street. So I ran out, I said, I'm going to go get a ride with them. And the guy I was with goes, I'm not riding with those guys. So I ran over to the van just thinking I'm going to get a ride to this concert. I said, you guys going to the concert? They said, yeah, get in. So I get in the van and Mrigendra hands me a Gita, a Nectar of Devotion, and a Bhagavatam. You know, kind of piles me up. Give a donation. I sit in the van, he just hits me up. And I happen to have 90 bucks in my pocket. So I pulled out a 20 and gave it to him. So I'm sitting in the van, and they're all in dhotis and, you know, tilak and stuff. And we go down to the concert. And when we get to the concert, we have a kirtan in the van for maybe 15, 20 minutes. After the kirtan, they all put on plain clothes and wigs. And they go, we're going to distribute this incense and these books at this concert, and would you like to help us? I'm like, well, okay, sure. So they give me a big pile of incense and some little books, and we're standing there, you know, giving people incense and saying, give a donation for Bangladesh. So, and my friends were coming up going, Makriti, what the hell? What are you doing? You know, and I'm giving them books and incense, and people are giving donations, and I had a ticket and I sold it. And after everybody went in the concert, the devotees said, well, we're going to the temple. You want to come with? And I just said, okay. I mean, I just said, forget the concert. For some reason, you know, I was attracted to this. And the temple was from Ann Arbor, maybe 50 miles out to Detroit. So we went out to Detroit and we walked in, and Govardhan came down. I was like a macrobiotic at the time, eating, you know, brown rice, and that was it, miso soup and stuff. And I get there, and Govardhan comes down with a maha plate. And he's, you know, on that maha plate are puris with powdered sugar and halava and gulab jamuns and hot milk. And he's like, here. And I mean, I hadn't eaten anything like that for about a year. And I saw it and I was like, wow. And I just ate that. And then we went to bed. And they said, we're going to wake you up early, so don't be surprised. And it seemed like I just laid down. And the next thing you know, they're clanging cartels down there in the Brahmachari ashram in Detroit Temple. It was down in the basement of the temple. Anyway, so I went to Mangalartik, and you know, they wrapped me in a dhoti and put some tilak on my head. And I said, can you take me back to Ann Arbor today? And Prabhanu, who was the party leader, said, yeah, sure, we'll take you back. So on the way to Ann Arbor, he said, you want to stop and distribute a few more books before? So we stopped, and we did Bhagavad Gita. We went to a Pier 1, and the manager said we could do it. I couldn't believe it. He said, sure. We put cases of Bhagavad Gitas right in the foyer, right there, and there was 2 doors. And he let us stand there for hours and sell Bhagavad Gitas. So by the time the day was over, Mrigendra said, do you still want to go back to Ann Arbor? And I said, let's just go to the temple. So we went back to the temple, had prashadam. I did that for maybe 4 days. And finally, we were driving around doing Sankirtan on the 4th day, and Prabhupada said, you don't mind if we don't go to Ann Arbor, do you? And I said, nah, I don't care. So we went to Cleveland, which was the temple they were from. And so I joined. I mean, I joined a van. You know, I just never left. So that was what happened to me.
So that was your first contact.
That was my first contact. But what we did on that party, because Mrigendra was into travel and Sankirtan, that's what we did. And there was an expo out there in Spokane. So we convinced the president, if we go to Spokane, we do this expo, we'll do huge, and then we get to go to San Francisco Rath Yatra. So that was when we went to San Francisco and saw Prabhupada come in the airport. That's the first time I saw him.